Oh, Canada. Oh, happy Canada Day. You know, is anyone going to be celebrating the fireworks?
I want to go watch some fireworks.
Yeah, we will for sure.
I think we might take the kids, yeah. Might as well. Yeah, so.
Fair and all that down there.
Oh, yeah. Did you go yet?
No.
How did you go?
Oh yeah, I spent too much money.
It's hard not to at them places, man. Fucking $12 for a slush puppy. A large
Yeah.
slush puppy.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Canada is 157 years old
This year?
this year, yeah.
I remember when they were doing the whole big celebration for the 150.
150.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 7 years ago.
Yeah, I can remember when they did
That's
it for the
insane.
100.
That's insane.
100?
Jesus.
I was just waiting for someone to pick that up.
Oh, yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, you're at first you're like, huh? Wait a minute.
You're trying to work that one out. You're like, wait a minute.
Like let's do the math real quick. You were yeah. I remember how many years ago was it when everyone was boycotting Canada Day? Like all like
2
natives.
years ago.
2021, I think.
Yeah,
Frame?
it was around there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So did everyone come back to it and they're like, let's celebrate it again?
Well, I feel like no one's really talking about like the whole residential school thing this year. You know, I feel like
Oh yeah, because it was that year is when everyone came.
it was when they
coming
found
out.
all them bodies at the Kamloops in BC. I think that's what it's called, where that residential school was.
Yeah, and then they found it in a bunch of different other ones.
Mhm.
Unmarked graves. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about Canada's history this episode a little bit, and definitely dive into the racism because that's
It's a hidden thing that people don't seem to realize about Canada, that racism was really
Yeah.
bad here.
like unless you lived here and sort
Goes
of
up a little bit.
yeah, as long as you lived here and sort of listened or like learned about it, it was hidden for a while. And then, you know, everyone else outside thinks Canada's all nice and stuff, which is for the most part true. But yeah, the racism is crazy. It's not nearly as bad as the States, but
We had our
It's
fair
pretty-
share here, man.
yeah.
Like, I still hear about houses like in Majorville, like just across the river in Lincoln, that still have like chains and shackles in the basement on the walls.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, man.
See, I didn't even know about that. That's crazy. Our racism here was mostly towards natives, in compared to the States where it's just basically every minority. Yeah,
They just hate everyone equally down there. That's all
yeah,
it is.
pretty much. Well, some more than others, I think, but yeah, they do spread the hate across. However, go ahead.
Sorry, we had black slaves here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
we didn't end it till 1834 is when we abolished slavery.
that was
here.
before Abraham
Yeah.
did it there, right?
I'm
that
pretty
who it was,
sure.
Lincoln.
Well, yeah, but I just don't know what year.
It was earlier because a lot of slaves escaped to here. I mean,
The Underground Railroad.
and they were kind of chill. But oh yeah, we definitely had racism.
So
here.
they have like a train under there?
I don't know if it's
do
like
you mean?
labeled as like
the
a
Underground
railroad.
Did they have like
So-
a little vehicle or like a train or something they jumped on?
No.
It's just a it's just a term they use, but they would have had like the actual just tunnels, I think. I don't think they had any actual
So just
carts
walking.
or anything. Yeah.
or
I'm pretty
like
sure.
rails or anything. Yeah, I think that's just what it's called. But it was just straight tunnels.
I mean, if you got slaves coming from one place, like a city, to like a plantation or whatever the fuck, you know, if you can build a straight tunnel to that, you know, quickest way to
yeah,
constantly get people back and forth. That's what I think they were built for, anyway.
probably yeah. Before we dive into all the racism stuff, does anyone have a favorite thing about Canada?
No, I hate this place.
I have one. I have one. Mine would be the sites.
That's
the,
up there for me.
the national parks and I'm such a fan of like BC, like the wooded stuff like that. It just looks so beautiful. It's like, damn, the woods, the nature trails, the waterfalls, the lakes. It's a really beautiful country.
Oh yeah, for
100%.
sure.
I'd love to travel from like east coast to west, go through all the provinces.
I drove to Toronto before,
Mm-hmm.
and that made me realize how long it would probably take to drive
Oh,
across
yeah.
fucking
Oh, man.
Canada, man.
I wish so. I think we do, but a train system from like one side to the other.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's how expensive is it?
It's fairly expensive, but it's from what I've heard, it's a week-long trip, and it's like fucking, it's way worth it.
Yeah, I think the price equals out to not as much as you. I mean,
Yeah.
like if you do the math, it would probably be.
But
not
those
that
trains,
expensive, but-
people don't understand those trains are fucking luxury, man. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you're staying on you're like a fucking hotel, a moving hotel, bro.
I would love.
It's
I've never
sick.
been on a train.
I'd spit
Really?
right in her face.
It's pretty fun actually.
That's
I'm not
why I
gonna lie.
wanted to. I would love to. What? Spit in your face. I would love to go from one side, like just visit the country.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool, man.
Like a train, I think might be funner than driving. Probably. Do you know what I mean? You can see more though. With
yeah, when you're driving, you can really pick where you want to go see.
shit would take a long fucking time.
But think about how many stops you'd have with a train.
Yeah, and they take like the
True.
scenic route and everything, so you can see beautiful sites that they have
Yeah.
planned out. You know what I mean? Like it's a big thing.
That's true. Yeah, they
Like
do have
you're
a
stopping
specific-
at like almost every city to pick and drop people off.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. If I
But like I feel like with a car, you could stop in that city,
And
go
go
and
do
explore
something.
around. You know what I mean? Instead of just being limited to walking distance. from-
okay, we have 10 minutes. You got to get back on the train. Or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Yeah, I suppose.
Like
Imagine
those
you did
people that
make it.
take off on cruise ships, man. When they
Yeah, true.
dock and they go out and go venture around
Oh,
and
yeah.
they miss their ship coming. That's your own fucking
Could you
fault,
imagine?
man.
I'm not going on a cruise. I would never. Cruises bore me. Not
So-
bore me because I don't like open water, but like it's
I'd
okay.
rather go on an Alaskan cruise than a Caribbean cruise.
100%. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
I think so.
I
think
just
it would
don't like the heat of the Caribbeans. I'm not a heat guy, man.
No.
I
It's
don't
not
like
even
it.
so
Me
much the
neither.
heat for me. I just know the oceans are rougher down there.
That's
for
fair.
some reason.
too. Yeah. I
It's
can see
the
that.
tropical weather. It's
Yeah.
just, you know.
Fuck. Imagine you see something like some creature breach when you're in like the Alaskan
Be sick.
cruise. No, like some creature.
We don't. What was it, like 99% of the ocean isn't explored or something insane like that?
They keep saying it. Yeah, like
You know more about
70%
space
isn't or something.
Than our ocean. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something insane. The depths that we can't reach right now. Like, imagine the creatures down there that don't live with any light
There's
or
gotta be,
anything.
yeah.
They're demonic shit.
How come? What's the pressure of really deep down in the water versus like the pressure of space? Is the water a lot
I have no
stronger?
That's a good question. I think it all depends.
Pulling it up.
Because if they could I know they send a lot of cameras and stuff. Like it should be able to survive like real deep down there.
We just can't. We literally can't replicate how good crustaceans are at surviving that.
That's crazy. And a lot of them are just blind
Lobsters and
dumb.
shit can just crawl at like the depths of like 30,000. You know what I mean? Like just insane
Yeah,
depths
they
we can't reach.
That's true. They and they can't die unless they're like killed. Those
Yeah,
immortal
that's what it is.
son of
Lobsters,
bitches.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lobsters are.
I think I heard
Yeah,
that
I think
before.
it's lobsters or crabs or both. I don't know.
There's zero pressure in space.
Zero pressure.
Zero pressure.
Okay.
Do you guys?
Well, at the bottom of pressure under the oceans reaches thousands of atmospheres.
Do you,
14.7 pounds per square inch.
I don't know if that's a little or a lot, but it sounds like death.
Yeah.
Sounds like my body could handle. I could free dive down there.
Okay,
Free
diamond. calm
dive.
down.
You free dive. You could dive a certain depth, sure, and then
I could dive down the bottom, grab a handful of sand, come back up top.
and go up as fast as you can.
Man, in one breath.
Oh my god! In one breath. This guy's Aquaman. What the fuck? Christ, Jason Momoa, slow down. I know you guys look similar. Frig.
Holy fucking twin over here.
Oh yeah.
Come on, don't get me all
Man,
confident
don't get me.
here.
Hey, look, he's blushing now.
Oh
Do you-
shit.
How much do you guys know about the Canadian Pacific Railway and the Chinese workers?
I know that
little
we
bit.
fucked them over. I know we treated them very bad, man.
Oh yeah, we had what are they called? Internment camps for them and stuff.
Yeah, it was like every kilometer of that track across Canada, 3 Chinese workers died or something like that. Like we literally threw them in fucking caves in caves with like dynamite, and we would just like, yeah, we're gonna blow the dynamite as soon as it's in there. And they're like, you're gonna give us time to get out, right? And then
Nope.
we're like, no,
Holy shit.
you're not a human, bro.
Yeah, that I forgot about that kind of.
That always
Didn't they do
slipped my-
Japanese too? Wasn't it Japanese or is it just Chinese?
Yeah.
Japanese, the internment camps and stuff like that around World War II, they did get treated pretty fucked up.
But in return, they treated us very horribly over there too when they caught us.
Oh, the Japanese were the worst. They were worse than the Germans. They were.
Yeah.
legitimately.
Oh, yeah. The stuff that they've committed and stuff.
You talk to any of the like old vets from then, you watch any interviews, they're like, yeah, you didn't want to be captured by the
Oh,
Japanese.
no.
They would do like fucked up things to you.
Do you guys ever hear of Africville in Halifax?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no,
Like
yes, now that you say it.
It was an act of racism, man. They pushed all those Africans out of their settlement there, and just destroyed all their houses and just didn't give
Yeah.
them new homes. Like they said, they signed contracts and stuff. They were saying they were going to get new homes and stuff, but then the government's just like,
When did it happen? Because it's still their little
Halifax
racist.
demolished it in the 1960s.
I was gonna say there's still a little bit of racism there now, eh?
Mhm.
Where they were like burning crosses on people's yards.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did. My girlfriend told me about this, and I was like, this is just down the road from us. Like, this happened just province over.
Well, yeah, like it's so recent. I think the last for natives, the residential schools. I think the last one closed in like 96,
Yep.
like the year I was born, and it was in like New Brunswick. I think it was here or
Nova Scotia. Shubenacadie or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Shubenacadie or
Yeah.
Shubenacadie, yeah. You said it right.
Yeah, and it just recent. It's recent.
We
I
were
want. Well,
alive.
I know it closed then. So when was the last time they had students? I wonder. Not students. Captures, kidnapped children. Was it still up until the 90s, or was it just like
voluntarily,
open?
like you can go if you want.
Or
like,
was it
After a
just- I don't
certain
know.
point, it was, yeah, because also the public didn't think it was at that point. Like the opinions were changing
Yeah, I think
of the
yeah.
public. You know what I mean? Like in the 50s and 60s, it was like, yeah, man, they're savages.
And
They're not even humans technically yet. You know what I mean?
It's like
I-
they live in
yeah.
the woods and hunt for their food.
Until 1967, we weren't humans technically.
Yeah,
We were savages. So
It's wild.
And then all the laws changing, like with the Indian Act, like if a white woman or a white man married a native woman, he became status.
Mm.
But if a native woman married a white man, she lost her status.
yeah,
That's so crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
Right?
Doesn't make
it's
any sense.
anti-indigenous. That was the whole point.
They
is to
wanted
get rid
more
of,
white men in there to like.
just get rid of as much status as you possibly
Yeah.
can.
So
That's it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was kind of ass backwards, that's for sure.
Yeah. You think, Frig?
You guys, actually, I know this one from being in the military. You guys ever heard of the Number 2 Construction Battalion in World War One?
No.
It was an all black regiment from, I think it was like Nova Scotia, and it was like, oh, let me look it up real quick. But it was it was all black. They basically used them as cannon fodder. They just send them in first to die. And yeah, they did some pretty legendary shit. Won a bunch of battles basically, by their own hand. And just last year, or the year before, they got recognized by the military. So it took over 100 years.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
my shit. Did you say World War One they did that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's crazy when they would do like stuff like that. They're like, here, and then they turn around, they're actually a really good military. Like-
this country has a long history of like using people for rewards and then just being like, oh yeah, sorry, we did that after.
Yeah.
Like, oops.
Yeah, like when Stephen Harper came out and saying, "Oh, we're
His
sorry.
apology for the residential schools.
Yeah.
Oh my fuck,
Hey
bro.
guys, we're sorry." What? That's it. That's all we're gonna get. We're sorry. You just displaced thousands of children and tortured them and forced them out of their own language, and you're just gonna be like, "Oops, sorry about that."
It was an accident.
That was
Oopsie.
our bad. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
that's on us. That's on us.
Oh, oops. The kids that have survived it and grew up, the families that didn't survive it.
The
Don't
years
hurt back.
of like alcohol and substance abuse because of the trauma that those people, the
Yeah.
survivors, endured.
And then racists nowadays are blaming it on, like, well, a bunch of alcoholics and stuff. It's not like there's a reason for it and stuff. It's fucked up. And the Pope, when it was the Pope come out, when they found the kids in the bodies at the residential schools, the Pope came out and was like, hey, listen, we apologize. Okay, well, there's not much you can do now, you fucks. Like, you should have not done it, obviously. Like, what? Like, it took so many years later, and you're like, ooh, our bad. Yeah.
And you know they're only saying that because everybody else
It's
in the
catching
world
on
is
now.
catching on and knowing it's being brought to
That's
the
what-
public eye.
That's what it's all about, man.
and they start
It's
questioning
all
like,
about
what
keeping.
the
They
fuck?
have to keep their images.
You gotta look clean no matter what.
Terrible. So
But Canada now is very diverse,
yeah,
cultured.
yeah, that's true.
For sure, we have a lot of different what are they called? Diversities or ethnicities.
Yeah,
We definitely have a lot of different ethnicities here. And you know, I like it, man. I like
Oh,
seeing all the
100%, yeah,
different
I agree with
cultures
that.
here. It's awesome.
yeah.
Those people that people like bitch about, like Middle Eastern people and Indians and stuff like that, at like Tim Hortons and shit like that, it's because like, nobody else really wants to work those, man.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
are mad saying that they take all our jobs, but like, fuck, nobody wants to work.
And I don't think people understand the demographic of our province. We're not like the rest of fucking Canada, dude. We have like a population, average age is like 50 or like 52. The average age of the person.
That's almost the
That's
retire. It's
crazy.
like 10 years,
Yeah.
13 years away from the retirement age.
This
Is
is all.
retirement age 70?
I mean, you can retire at 60, 65 if you want.
65,
It's 65 normally for most people.
Yeah. So yeah.
It all depends on when you want to take your CPP and a bunch of shit. But
So yeah.
it's yeah, this is a retirement province. We're kind of fucking screwed. Once all the old people start passing away and like what's it called? You can't work anymore. Kind of fucked, bro.
True.
The old laborers, man, if you go around job sites now, it's not all young dudes doing these
No,
jobs
it's
and one
not.
old guy. It's the other way around.
It's all old guys with like a couple
One-
of young dudes.
Yeah.
there,
Yeah,
man.
and the young dude. Well, a lot of them realize. I don't know.
It's
just don't
skill
like-
fade.
Yeah, they don't like labor. They're like, I want to do something else.
No, but it's
Just,
literally
you know.
decades of this province pushing. We don't need laborers. It's them saying laborers are stupid. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That was always the consensus. If you took a trade, you're an idiot, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes
Now we need those people.
Yeah.
Badly.
And now the whole thing is take some trades, man. Take a trade
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah,
You
that's
just start
true,
to
yeah.
jump on that.
Yeah. Oh shit.
We have shot ourselves in the foot in this country, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
What does I was gonna say, what does New Brunswick rank in out of the provinces for?
Like best provinces to live
That's a-
in.
Or like finance, like
Yeah, like
financials.
financial. I don't know.
I do know we don't make nearly as much money as we get from the equalization payments from Ottawa.
Yeah, we don't make a lot of money, and we're not ranked highly on like best places to live. So for those of you that don't know, Canada is a country in North America. Obviously, we're the hat of the United States. We have 10 provinces and 3 territories. They extend from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and even northward into the Arctic Ocean. So it makes us the world's second largest country by total area, with the world's longest coastline. And obviously we border with the States. Our border with the States, though, is the world's longest international land border.
So, speaking to the financials, the median annual family income in Canada, this is 2021 numbers. Is,
In all of Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
So normally, this sounds crazy, but Northwest Territory is actually the families make the most.
Really?
$134,000 because when you go up there, a hamburger costs like $30.
Yeah.
It's insane prices.
My one of my
Yeah.
buddies used to live up in like northern Quebec, like close onto the Hudson Bay.
Okay,
A
yeah.
bottle of Cheese Whiz, $30.
Yeah, man.
Because it is hard to get in
Yeah,
and everything
it's
else.
so-
Half a gram of weed was $20.
You would never catch me. Actually, if I was hurting real bad, maybe.
Probably.
I'd be just coming down to New Brunswick and just
True,
taking
true.
a couple pounds up there.
just heading off, yeah. Wow.
No, New
Be
Brunswick.
rich.
New Brunswick ranks second to last,
Oh.
85,000.
Fuck.
Right below us is Nunavut,
Oh.
of course.
Oh, shit, man.
I think Alberta is by far the most reasonable province that's making the most money, which
Because of the
obviously
oil.
it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
A lot of people go out west out there.
The
jobs.
fucking the stupid part of our country right now is we're going away from the petrodollar,
Mm.
and right now everything's tied to our mortgages.
Okay.
So like a lot of the investment, like a lot of the places invest into what's real estate investment trusts, the REITs. And that's a lot of our funds right now, which is really bad because when people start going bankrupt because of how much the cost of living is now, we're all going to be fucked.
Oh no.
The unemployment rate in New Brunswick is at 7.5% too,
What's it for Canada?
compared to 7% last month. It's gone up 0.5% in a month.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Which
What kind of job
Canadian
opportunities
province
do we
the
have
highest?
here?
Alberta.
Yeah.
I think it really all just depends on your location.
That's true. Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely openings for everything if you have the schooling is the issue, I think, right now. Such a high barrier of entry to these things that it's
Canada's
hard.
unemployment rate is 6.2.
It's across
We're
the
up
whole
1.5. Jeez.
That's crazy, man. Do you think there should be more official languages? Right now, it's English and French.
We shouldn't
It's
even have French.
official. You don't think so?
Nope.
I think it should just be English.
And New Brunswick is the only official bilingual.
It's been
province?
proven. It's been proven through research that the cost that we spend on making everything bilingual is not worth the use of it. Not at all. How much it's used is very, very small.
What's used more? English?
English by far.
Makes sense.
Even French people will switch to English because it's easier to converse.
Really?
Yeah. Unless
you
you're
go
both
down
native
to,
French.
you
You're
go down to
generally
Dieppe
talking.
in Moncton though.
Oh,
You
those they're
don't hear
speaking French.
anybody. You don't hear anybody speaking English there.
God.
But like, I was in Montreal last year, and I heard more people speaking English than I did French. Right in downtown
Yeah.
Montreal.
Like Montreal and like big cities like that. You go to Quebec City too. Same
Yeah.
thing. Toronto. I mean, obviously it's English, but the culture's there, man. I love Toronto for that.
Well, I was Cannabis New Brunswick said they were hiring, and I was like talking to the people up there, and they say you don't even need to be bilingual to work there anymore.
No.
That's cool.
Nowadays, you only need one person.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what were you saying, TP?
I would love to speak other languages. I hated learning French in school. It was so
Forced.
it was so forced, and it was so like embarrassing for me, man. I was like, I don't know this. I don't want to know this.
I mean,
Like,
it's
here,
good
can you say
knowledge
this?
to have, but
I like this. Some of the stuff that I picked up on, you can kind of like listen to a conversation. You can pick up here and like sort of understand. But generally learning it when it's forced sucked. Because nowadays I would love to have a couple languages. That'd be sick. But just to take the time out to do it is one
I
thing that
think
holds me
more
back.
or less I would learn languages just to keep my brain healthy.
That's true too. Yeah. Like imagine dreaming in another language.
I know a guy that speaks 8 languages.
Holy shit.
One of the guys I work with.
What are they
8
called?
languages.
They're called like a
Yeah, it has a certain term, but he
when
just
you
has
learn multiple languages. Yeah.
he has such an easy like time just learning language. I don't know how.
Just
I don't think I've ever tried, so I don't know how hard it is.
So he was a native he's a native Israeli. So what do they speak? What do they speak over there?
I can't remember the
fucking-
fucking derpa.
This guy, man.
Oh yuck. Speaking of diversity, and you fucking.
But they speak Hebrew, I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know what they.
Pretty sure it's Hebrew. But the thing that fucks us for learning our languages, we learned English first.
Yeah, isn't it English like one of the hardest languages to learn?
Yeah, but it's just because of the
Yes,
the way the language is built, completely different than other languages.
Yeah.
French and Spanish, very similar.
Hebrew and
When-
Arabic.
When you got there, and there, and they all mean different things.
Yeah, there's a few really tough
Hebrew and
languages.
Arabic, yeah.
Yeah, English is one of them I think to learn, and what's another really hard one? I was watching a video on this guy that he just learns languages for fun, and within like a week or two, and goes and tries to conversate with people from those places.
Yeah.
And they're always shocked because it's a white guy, and they're always shocked. They're like, "What the fuck?" You
Oh, is it
speak-"
that Xiaoman guy? The Xiaoman NYC?
I think I seen
Yeah, I
something
think
like that because
so.
he was getting
Yeah.
like a
a few
manicure
of
done
them.
on his toes or something, and they were speaking Mandarin, and he started speaking like even their village's dialect. He was matching them.
Yeah, some of them.
and he
that's
was
all
like
that.
they looked at him and they were like,
What the
"What?"
Yeah, it's like you speak this. It's like, yeah, you're trying to talk shit, and I can hear you and I understand you. It's fucked up. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think, because obviously it was native land first, do you think any of those kind of languages should be like an official language?
No, I think
I don't think enough people know them anymore.
it's too dead now, honestly.
True.
I agree with that.
I noticed that it is a lot. It's in a lot more things now. Like when you drive into Gateway, when it says welcome, it says welcome in English, French, and in Maliseet.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. See, yeah, that's kind of cool. You just kind of know what like who's the citizens
community.
Of, yeah, who's in the community.
The only thing with native languages is where does it stop? So at what point do you have to, like, you get what I mean?
Mm.
So like, okay, so if Maliseet's the official language,
Right.
well, it really shouldn't be, because the Maliseet population up here is nothing compared to the Mi'kmaq.
True.
If you went down south a little bit to like Maine and shit like that, there's way more Maliseet people. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not one. Like French is an official, like a one unified language. English same, but there's a lot of different native dialects, languages. So you can't really make it an official unless you wanted to make it an official language in like certain community parts, like
Yeah, absolutely.
in
Yeah, you
cities.
can by all means.
Sure, but like trying to do it for the whole country. Yeah, you're right.
Like the way we spoke to people compared to like tribes in BC and things like, you know
like
what I mean?
Mohawk and stuff
Night
like
and
that.
day.
We,
Completely
different.
we would be completely. We wouldn't be able to understand each other.
I wonder what kind of similarities they have though. Like, oh, this is the same word for this, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well,
Or
they
if
probably
they're, like,
would be the
straight
same
different.
words. They'd probably just pronounce them differently.
You know what really interests me about Native culture is that we all have the similar creator belief.
Yeah,
So where the fuck did it all start? You know what I mean? What was the first thing that started that?
that's what I was wondering. Yeah,
Who
when-
was like, yeah, there's someone
And
up
who
there.
spread this? You know what I mean? Like,
That's why when we were talking about like the afterlife, that episode and stuff, where how in all these different societies they all picture the same thing
a
throughout the whole
supreme
world.
being.
Yeah, throughout the whole world, they have the same sort of depiction on like hieroglyphs or whatever, and they're all like basically the same looking thing. Like who started this? Was it passed on? Did everyone see all the same thing?
I could go full
it
cons-
Was there actually something?
Was it
seen?
legit? Yeah,
Like,
like-
did they actually see something in the fucking sky?
Or, like,
Like,
what's going on? I don't know.
that's a good question, man. Who started that? Like, especially with us and like Native people in Canada. Like, who would have been the first person to pass around the idea of the creator?
Yeah, that's good. Which
That is
which
a-
is the oldest native tribe? Are we all are we all the same age?
No,
Like,
no,
did we all
definitely
start at
not.
the same time?
No.
Is it yeah.
There's like offshoots, I'm pretty sure, at certain times. There's like wars within tribes, and then they offshoot.
What's the
The
one?
Clovis people. Clovis sites dated back at the latest of 13,500 years ago.
In Canada?
In Canada were discovered in
Or
Western
land
North
area?
America during the 1930s. Were regarded as the first widespread Paleo-Indian inhabitants of the New World and ancestors to all indigenous peoples in the Americas.
There you go. 13,005. That's like Ice Age times, is it not?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I think it was like 10. It was like 10,000 BC.
So something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of native and indigenous cultures and stuff, I think we have a very prolific indigenous communities and cultures and stuff in Canada versus the States. I think they're the typical Indian from like cowboy movies and stuff is the was it like the Plains Indians from
Yeah, it is.
and the stuff like from in the States and
when you
stuff.
see when you watch Smoke Signals and shit, that's like a Indian from like Iowa or something.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean? Fucking where it's flat, you
I
can
was
see
gonna
for
say,
miles.
yeah, like that's the typical one down there. But I feel like we have such a bigger native culture here. You know what I mean? I think we were, as much as they got wiped out in the States through like when everyone came and the wars and stuff. I think I don't know what I'm trying to say. They are like forgotten about in the States now.
Yeah.
They're like sort of mentioned, but we're more as much as we're racist and to a lot of natives and stuff, we're definitely more accepted and more shown in things. You know what I mean?
Our culture is more embraced here.
Yeah.
You know, like what time frame though are we talking about? Like right
present?
now?
Present for sure in the
Yeah.
last
Oh, our country definitely
70
has a
years.
bigger native presence, like even in the media.
Yeah, definitely.
sure.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I was thinking.
yeah.
Definitely in the media, because you'll see we have a lot of prolific native actors and actresses that are in like almost. it's sad that they keep getting like the same few actors in the same like different native roles, which is fine. They're getting work, but it's always like I remember him from this, and he's always in this and this and this.
There's
and
always
this.
that native guy.
It's always the same native guy or the same native woman. in the same stuff, which is fine. It was great because they're getting work, but it's always
Almost like
it's mostly
typecasts them so
It
that they
is.
can never
Typecasting.
they can
Definitely.
never do
That's
another.
that's the only thing I don't like about it.
like
It's just-
periodic pieces where they're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're from the 18 blah blah blah.
It's just like
Instead of new nowadays.
at a certain point, it became not okay to do Tropic Thunder, and fucking Robert Downey Jr., a white guy,
Everyone,
completely black.
Fuck, I love that movie.
that movie's so good.
that
The
movie's
ones
so
that are
good.
complaining about it nowadays are just kind of like white people.
Yeah,
They're like,
no,
"You
no. I
can't
just
do
mean,
it."
I just mean it's like the way the culture is now.
Yeah, it just
People will
goes-
call you a fucking racist
Yeah, but
way
we
more.
can-
No, we
oh,
just
I
jumped to it way
know,
too
I
quick
know.
in this country. It's a issue.
Yeah, well, what I was gonna say was, yeah, Canadian natives get a lot more work than like American natives. Like every time you see like a native in a movie or something or a show, they're mostly like Canadian.
I feel like
natives.
I feel like just they're more prominent, like they're more famous from
Yeah.
from certain things. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like
A lot of
Adam
them-
Beach, and that's all I can think of.
Adam Beach.
A lot of the native actors here, though, like they're big for acting, yes, but they also have a lot of like titles under their belt for other things that they've done.
Yeah. Yeah. Generally, if the handful of, or more so, the natives that are popular and stuff in films and things are like Canadian. Like anyone you see, you probably find that they were Canadian.
That's fair.
60.
I've
Man, I remember
seen it.
being sick and staying home from school and watching that on TV. Man, it's like their
like
res is
CBC or
cra-
something,
Their
some-
res
right?
is crazy.
Yeah.
It's on the APTN network,
Oh yeah, APTN. APTN.
the Aboriginal People's Television Network.
That's what it's called. Yeah. I was gonna say Aboriginal something. Yeah. Do you think I haven't been keeping up. Do you think we're in a need for like a new native show?
Yes,
Yeah. What do you
Yes.
think, a comedy or a drama?
comedy.
Comedy. What was the last one? Like Blackstone or something? Some people around here were like, oh, this is a pretty good depiction of native life, and they liked it. It was a comedy.
What was the other one that I liked too?
Last one I seen was Res Dogs. That was
Yeah,
good.
Reservation Dogs. That's a
Yeah, man.
That's
That one's actually
when they
fire.
eat them edibles and she's like, dude.
I never ended up finishing it. I saw like maybe one or two episodes, and the dude on the William Knife Man, is that his name?
Yeah,
He's on the fucking horror. Yeah, I think
You
that
should
dude's
see when
Canadian
they're
too.
talking about the deer lady, man. Fuck, that's funny. It's like the deer lady's been seen around these parts. And he's like,
So you know how we're mostly like white passing, like we look.
yeah,
white.
What do you
if
mean
someone
mostly?
looked at us,
I
what
know,
do
I
you
know.
mean?
I know.
I don't want to.
I'm just joking. I'm white as fuck.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think 12% native, which is crazy, and I look pretty white. So, what kind of bums me out is like if they were to make like a native show and stuff, we either have no depiction because they do that stereotypical thing where they're like, let's get the most native looking people,
Yeah.
and also like we couldn't be cast in it.
Because we wouldn't fit the part.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't fit the part, even though we are native.
But why wouldn't we fit it though?
Because
Is
I
it,
think
like-
a lot of white people see the stereotypical native as dark hair.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they
dark
do.
skin with the like very
that's why we wouldn't fit it. Is because
Eskimo looking eyes.
For sure, yeah.
they
base a lot of it on physical attributes, like
Yeah.
how they would it's racist casting pretty much.
Yeah,
They're like,
pretty
hey,
much.
if
that's
you
what-
don't
Think-
look
when you
native.
think about it, it is racist casting.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely.
The Robert Downey Jr. stuff is just because if you're a good actor, you should be able to do any fucking role of any skin color. You're playing a role. You're acting.
You're acting. It's
It's
drama.
not you.
It's not.
Yeah.
You're not doing it to be like malignant or nothing.
what
well,
I mean. It's
anytime they for making like if you want to make a native series, they're basing it specifically on like native heritage. So they always go like physically how you look and
Yeah.
how these characters
Yeah, for
look,
sure.
which is disappointing for a lot of folks that are native, even half native or more,
Especially
and they
us
look
pale skinned natives. You know,
Yeah.
we like to have our say put in
us,
there.
us
Too.
daywalkers.
Yeah, we're daywalkers.
yeah.
Fucking police aren't coming after me, man. You better watch out for you guys.
Yeah, I just have to walk the other way.
Yeah,
It's
man.
Like, that was them over
Yeah.
there.
Oh God.
They say they'll come along like you're bothering that little white boy over there. Or what?
Against our brethren. Oh my gosh. Yeah. God, man.
What a time. I remember that even like hanging out with like Greg and them.
Mm.
Be down at the mall, and so they'd be getting followed by some.
Yeah,
Some
I never
worker.
got followed.
I never got followed
I never
once,
get followed
man.
by going to the malls.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like, you know, a lot of the like growing up, it was like, oh, I didn't know you were Native.
I was just gonna say that
You know what I
in
mean?
middle
Like,
school
teachers.
in middle school when I got called, it's like, oh, all OFN students come to the native room or something for like doing something. I'd go down, and then my class
fuck
was
are you
like,
doing?
I didn't know you were Native. I was like, yeah.
Well, I also too, man, I find back then it was like people were afraid of Native people. Like,
they still
for
are.
us in our area, anyways.
They
You
still
know what
are,
I
man.
mean?
Yeah, I don't know what.
I never. Did
I
you
don't
guys
know.
ever get bullied?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really bully anybody either.
Yeah,
but
me
I never.
neither.
I was cool with a lot of different cliques, you could say.
Mhm.
I could fit in with pretty much everybody, but yeah, I wasn't really bullied.
Yeah, I was the type of person, man. Like, if I even felt bad, like if someone was mean to the special needs kids, I'd go up and be friends with them.
Yeah.
for a
Oh
couple
no, that
minutes,
wasn't
you know
me,
what
bro. I used to. Oh man, I used to tease the shit out of Spetty.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I mean?
god,
You're an idiot. I mean, we used to get them going in gym class and stuff, but I never made fun of them for being.
No, I never did. That's what I meant. I used to get them. Yeah, no,
We'd
no.
get them worked up and playing around with them, but I remember one time we would tell him that we dropped a horse and thinking it was a moose out in the woods, and he'd get really mad because he was obsessed with horses.
that's right. Yes, I think I remember. Do you think Native kids versus like whites, or it's kind of
Race
say
war.
whites, but like other ethnicity children and stuff are more rowdy? Do you think?
Like Native kids are more rowdy.
Because there's somebody that I know that are like who's Native that we know, and Mike guest on the show at one point, but he was hanging out with his friend, and he has like a nephew or something, but they're all white kids, and he was shocked at how well behaved they were. He's like, oh, just tell him that you're gonna go to the beach or what, go inside, like go whatever, and they all come, hey, I'm just gonna go over here, and you're like, oh, cool, and then they all kept like saying permission, being nice and stuff, but he was shocked. He's like, I was not
I've
prepared
seen
for
some
that.
rowdy ass
They
white
just-
kids, man.
That's
They
what I'm
just
saying.
got their
like,
fucking ass beat. That's all that was.
I think
man.
it all comes
Parenting.
down to the parenting.
That's all it is, man.
Yeah, because there is a whole like stereotype of like Native. I mean, we sort of seen it growing up though. Some of the friends and I guess cousins, growing up, that they're just like little assholes. Like, what's the reason behind it? It's not. I don't think it's strictly like Natives.
Now
like
it's-
every kid's
Now it's
like, little
entitlement.
assholes.
The fucking
Fucking
kids.
entitlement is
The kids nowadays, man, are just so they think you owe them the entire fucking world.
Yeah, I've seen some like they're like real disrespectful
wanna-
for no reason.
And it's like, yo, you're
It's
literally a
because
child,
Discipline's different now.
Yeah.
You can't fucking smack your kid in the fucking mouth.
or else
Sitting
CPS
out
is getting
off
called
a
on you.
chair.
Yeah. I mean, and then when they're scared to hit, obviously, which is not a good thing, but they lack of showing like an emotional connection where they could stop that kind of behavior
Yeah, just
instead of they're just like lazy.
No self
They're
control.
all
kind of thing.
fucking sociopaths.
Little kids
Raising
are,
a
man.
generation of sociopaths.
yeah.
Yeah, at a certain age, they probably are. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
for sure. I think we'll definitely start having more serial killers.
Damn.
I
that's
think
a
so.
hell of a
Honestly,
job.
I kind of agree with that. Definitely sociopaths that are like absolutely fucked in the head, man.
The internet is a fucking home to some weird things, man. Especially when you start getting into like the dark
Peop-
web and stuff.
Yeah, people are brain rotted on the internet. Like a lot of these kids now are like ruined. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
like seriously, it's just
Yeah, so our generation, when we have kids, but I already have two. Hopefully, we'll be more aware rather than our like the older ones.
Oh, it was like
How-
this
that
was
we know how
introduced to us. You know
yeah,
what I
we
mean?
know how the internet works. We can help provide like
exactly.
A
to help
safe
them.
space.
Yeah, we can help them, guide them through it rather than, oh, this is new to us. Here, kids, you figured it out on your own, and we
Because
had to
that's what
figure
our
it out.
parents did with us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The internet for them, they didn't even use that shit because it was so slow
They're like
and junk.
they're like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
They always
and
ask
then
us for help now.
when we
and
started
stuff.
asking, "Hey, mom, could we have Wi-Fi?"
And they're like,
And they're
okay,
like,
and
okay,
they didn't
they
realize
have
what it
no
would.
idea what's on there.
They didn't realize what it was would lead
They
to.
didn't know, like,
Yeah.
the videos I have seen,
Bro,
I
you're
know.
you're unleashing your child to the fucking
the world, man.
literally
As
just
Bo
everything.
Burnham said, "Welcome to the internet."
Yeah,
Honestly,
honestly, man.
bad. There's a lot of How did we get here?
especially shit like Instagram and stuff now. That needs to be deleted, man. They need to get rid of Instagram,
TikTok for sure.
TikTok. If I can
TikTok's
go,
not even, man, I see more fucked up videos and bad videos on Facebook.
oh, that's true. True. Facebook is bad.
TikTok is very monitored, man. Like, you
Well, I know
don't
it's monitored.
There's no sexual content on
No.
TikTok.
Depends
really.
on where you can.
You
know
can
what I mean?
find it, but you have to know like the code names. You know what I mean?
No,
But like, I don't know. I just find TikTok's more censored than the rest
I
of them.
think so. It's more censored, but not even just that. It's like it's such a like stimulation for like especially young kids' brains. They're just sitting there.
Not
It's
just,
just-
young kids, me.
Yeah, well,
I'd
it's
be mad if TikTok went away.
it's fine. I mean, it's not necessarily fine, but it's okay for you. You're an adult. Your brain's pretty much fully formed now. But kids, when they're starting so young and they just given
absolute brain rot.
yeah,
Just give them
given
20 minutes of screen time, man. Like, you got 20 minutes
It's-
on TikTok,
it's
man.
tough.
That's it.
it's tough.
But you can
Like-
nowadays you can set screen times.
Yeah,
on
it's
there.
true. It's a lot more
You can-
controls now.
You can lock an app out after a certain amount of time spent on it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is it, and
You got 20 minutes today to use TikTok. Use it how you want.
Yeah,
Bruh.
parents that don't use that and they're like, I don't understand that. It's just being lazy parents.
Yeah,
That's
you
all
gotta.
that it is.
You as a parent
Yeah.
gotta keep up with technology
You
as
have
well.
to. Yeah.
yeah. You gotta put your foot down and be like, hey, listen, you're not getting this today.
But you know
we're
what?
going
Some
to do
days where
something.
you're like, let's say if you were like, if I was a parent and I just needed a moment, take your fucking iPad.
we give the our kids our phones and stuff a lot of the time. Like and I'm aware of. I'm like, oh, man, this is not good. Especially like some of the just YouTube videos alone that they find it's almost like brain rot. That's what
So,
we
what,
name
okay,
it.
so what would be the difference in this? Okay, so like how they have screens and watching YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I grew up watching movies like crazy.
hmm
So I was always in front of a screen watching TV,
Yeah.
watching movies.
It's so
Is it because the videos are so quick
yes. That's
and
what I was gonna say.
their attention span
Yeah.
starts getting worse?
Shortened to like
So-
literally nothing.
Yeah, the videos are fast and you're always scrolling to the next one, but also the videos that are on there for however long, they have so much flashes and stuff on screen of different things. It really hits their brain with like as soon as there's something new, it's like dopamine. Boom, boom,
Yeah, exactly.
boom, boom. So they get a constant feed of dopamine, and especially at a young age where their brain's like not even developing
Well, isn't
anything.
there-
The second you take it away, that's why you see kids on like videos and stuff online where they're
freaking rage.
freaking out.
And you feel because you feel bad. You literally don't feel good. Like it
yeah,
makes you feel
terrible. You're like, I need
Yeah,
this.
that's why
I
you
want to
gotta
have
limit
fun.
that, man. Limit the screen
Oh
time.
yeah,
100%.
definitely. It's okay if you say, okay, we're gonna watch this for breakfast and stuff, but we're all gonna watch on this big screen and we're gonna watch a movie
Mm-hmm.
And we're
rather
all-
than throwing
yeah.
on something crazy.
And we're talking like realm of perfect parents too. Nobody's ever gonna be a perfect parent.
No,
That's just
you're
how it
gonna-
is.
No, there's
It's just
not a
it's
simple
just
one.
iPads and tablets and stuff. It keeps them busy,
Mhm.
so parents can get shit done.
That's
But
why they're
No, I compare that to like our parents, and it's like then you have to go into the question of like, was your parent really a good parent?
Mm.
Either of your parents. In comparison, you have to like, were they good parents in like raising you?
Mm.
Depends
right.
on what you consider a good parent. Sitting you because like I know my dad did that, but I played video games a ton when I was young. Was that really healthy for me? Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, it
all
didn't cause no
depends.
significant like damage to us though, because I used to play video games. I played.
Oh
video
yeah, for
games.
sure. No, I'm
Unless
not
you
saying,
can link, unless you like, if
But,
you
like, the
notice
whole thing-
something, and
No,
you
I'm
just
just talking-
Scenes
back to
are
that.
changing every couple seconds, and like the flashes, and like it would do this almost the same thing for a younger kid, where
Yeah.
because isn't it like every 3 seconds a scene has to be changing on a screen for a kid to stay entertained into it or
Not.
something?
I know yes, I know,
not sure
but
what it is.
if every certain like if it does that, it causes like certain things because kids can be entertained and stuff, but a lot of them throw those transitions in very quickly, and it's like
It
every
just
time it
keeps them
changes,
entertained.
every time it hits, it get that rush of dopamine, like oh something's new,
Yeah.
something's new, and it really
I'm like
fucks
that.
with
I'm like that. I watched In a Violent Nature last night.
oh
So fucking boring.
I was
hated
gonna
it.
I was well don't spoil.
Stupid. It sucks.
So I have No, I was gonna get it downloaded.
Hope you like watching people watch someone walk through the woods the whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
That's the whole movie.
I don't mind that.
Just watching them walk.
I don't mind. It depends on like the context of the story. Do you know what I mean?
There is no story. It shows these people take a locket and that's it.
And we're walking.
Well, I mean, in the context of like what the film wants you to see. Do you know what I mean? It's the stalk. You're the killer's angle. You're stalking people. It's gonna be slow.
You don't even hear
you know.
you don't even ever get to see what the people are talking about.
Do you know what I
though.
watched and I kind of enjoyed it? Was Skinamarink.
Never watched it.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's really
But I was
fucking-
just
it's
I
boring.
was expecting it to even the kills to be better. Like because people were saying there's one kill.
Well, they
I'm not
said
gonna
it.
say
Yeah, it's like
anything,
super gory, super brutal. And
But
like,
it's not.
You know, it's a Canadian film.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
But no, I was disappointed with it, man. Like the movie could have been 30 minutes long. That's how the story is.
See,
You know what I mean? And it was because there was there was literally like 45 minutes of him just walking through the woods with no context, no music, no talking.
Well, I think that's what they wanted to go for. Probably is just the slow nature of it. And,
Well, they could have
and
did a better job with it.
Artistic.
it just depends what you're into, and like you admitted, your attention span's just not there. No wonder why you love TikTok so much.
But like when you're gonna make a gore slash film,
Yeah,
make it gory.
That's fair. Definitely fair.
I have a movie for you guys. Did you see my text?
Yeah.
Arcadian. So don't look anything about. We went in blind.
Zach's looking it up right now.
No, we went in blind. It was great. Do you want to know who's in it?
No.
No. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
I won't watch.
What is it?
Not big name actors.
There we go. I won't either.
I'm just joking.
I won't either. Fuck B movie.
No,
I love
it's
like,
it's really good.
B-class
I don't want to
movies.
spoil anything either because I want to get into a certain.
Is it I need to know something or else I'm not gonna. I need something.
It's like horror thriller.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
alright.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
It's
Is
pretty
it,
good. I
is
really
it
liked it.
paranormal or is it more like?
No, creatures.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know.
And so I don't want to hype up the creatures because I found them like whoa. So I don't want to say anything, but it was really good in the the story was okay. But the creatures were really creative and really like unique. And I seen them. I was shocked. I'm like, this is a little movie that I never really heard about. Threw it on. It's new. It's like this year. I seen it and I was like, these creatures were like shocking. This is a unique thing of creatures I haven't seen in anything else. The way that they were portrayed and the way that they looked and acted. You're like, oh shit.
That can make or break a movie, man. Is there creatures like if they poorly do it? It
Oh,
ruins the
those are
whole
not.
effect.
Those are not poorly done.
But like, what movie was I watching?
it was
Tarot, where the guy that created Siren Head.
yeah.
design the
Trevor,
creatures.
Trevor Henderson or something. I think.
I hated that movie.
I liked it quite a bit. I liked it.
Was the movie good, like shitty, or was it the like?
The story and the
Yeah.
depth of the characters, it was just
They're
was
like
so
the cheesy.
cheesy
You know?
Okay,
and
yeah.
like, but not good cheesy.
I know
you know
what
what
you
I
mean,
mean?
yeah.
Like it's almost like you're like,
Yeah.
You guys could have
who
put more fucking effort.
Who fucking wrote this
Sorta.
script, man?
It's I don't know. I found it was cheesy, but not too like cheesy where it's bad, but it's not great. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was okay, but some of the characters I really liked, like the designs of the things. Like
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Was the artwork of like the whatever they are?
I like the characters. Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Some of them were all right. I liked the jester guy, like
Yes,
the Joker guy.
that one was my favorite.
But I didn't like
That
the
was my
first
favorite.
one that you see when she's up
Ah,
in, you
that's
know what I
okay.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Well, that's
kinda
that's a direct comparison to the Pyramid Head, because right or no
Siren Head.
or Siren Head. That's what I
yeah.
mean. Sorry.
Sort of, yeah. He came up with all. I wanted to see more of them because I'm.
Yeah,
What's your sign? You May. What is it? May
May
17th.
Walk
So
it
I'm
blind,
I'm
or-
I'm a Cancer,
Same.
and so we never got to see a Cancer sign in there. I
Oh,
was kind of waiting for
That's
it.
some shit.
I was like, oh damn, that's sad. But yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
All over the. We never really got into.
I'm a Taurus.
Do we see that in there?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Some of them are okay. I thought it was a good movie.
I just found it
It was
dull.
an okay movie.
I just found it dull.
That's fair.
Yeah, when I kind of look back on them, like they're like
It's not one of those movies where I'm like, well, I want to watch that again.
I don't know. The story never really took it from one scene to the next in like a really good way. It was just kind of like okay, here, boom, here, boom, here. So that's kind of like a negative, and it was like bad. I don't know. Yeah, sort of aspects.
Yeah, I thought The Strangers Chapter 1 was better.
See, I seen some scenes and they look terrible. Like acting wise, like it looked bad. So I don't know. It all depends. So we never got to talk about any of the really in depth about the residential schools, which is terrible.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It's not directly related to Canada Day, to be fair.
True. I just wanted to put a light on the fact of what Canada has done to like really go in depth of what Canada has done to the population and stuff. Just to put on, like, we're not all celebrating like this happy way, but you know.
I will have to blast out more research before we talk about that, because as far as I am aware, those 215 bodies in Kamloops were declared not bodies. Not bodies? Yeah. Apparently it was just like roots and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
When is this new news?
Yeah. That's what I saw an article on that. Just check it out real quick.
That's interesting.
But it could have been fake news, so who knows? Could have been fake news, like always.
Maybe.
You never know with the internet.
Just type in Kamloops fake body.
Oh, I said poops. Cam poops. Fucking did it again. Bodies.
Exhumed, yeah.
So this is 2023. This residential school denialist tried to dig up suspected.
No, I thought
on Mark Graves.
Thought I saw one that was like 2024 dated.
Not one body has been found.
2023 as well.
Well, listen, it wasn't the native communities that ran with the bodies. It was actually the news that did it at first and blew it up to like a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have been the one.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, February, yeah. No evidence of mass graves or genocide in residential schools.
So I have to look into it more. Like, who knows how true that is?
I don't know.
Just because it's like, what do you consider genocide? And it gets into a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it comes down to terms
It's semantics.
and legality, man. Like
a bunch of Indians got fucked up. A lot.
Yeah.
Probably like tens of thousands.
There's
maybe 100.
Like I wouldn't
100, but
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past, considering some of the stories you hear that were true of like kids getting murdered and all these sorts of things. I wouldn't put it past that there was just so many bodies buried in certain places, but I don't know.
Imagine the ones that just got like burnt.
Oh, it's funny.
You know what I mean? Like to get rid of, like.
Yeah. So okay, well, we have to close it up here now.
Because I have to work.
Right on time.
Zach has to work. That's right. I have one. Would you rather?
We're gonna hit this one fast.
We're gonna hit this fast. Okay. This is it. It's about Canada. Would you rather live on the West Coast or live on the East Coast?
East.
Sorry, I didn't mean to answer that. Actually, West Coast. I want to go to Alberta. 5% tax. Done.
What about West Coast, like straight BC, like straight west?
No, it's way too expensive.
You can't ban people to live in Vancouver.
Views,
fucking
100%.
Insane.
The views and what you can do out there, 100%. Great vacation.
East
to live
Coast
there,
got
though, have
some
fun.
good views too.
You better have a good fucking job.
Yeah.
Hey, legally, man. The BC was the place where they had a cocaine dispensary.
Yep.
Yeah, they delegalized or decriminalized a lot of drugs. Right?
Hard narcotics.
To fucking actually get them help instead of sending them to prison.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's actually awful.
I'm gonna say East Coast.
There's ways to doing it, like
They
cause like
fucked it up.
Norway and all them do it. You know what I mean? They have to take example from them other countries.
Yeah, it's like things like that. They have to definitely look at other countries and see
how they're prospering.
How they're like, oh, this country's doing what we want to do. Let's see what kind of steps instead of just trying to like bullshit themselves.
A lot of it goes to the legal system. Our legal system is different than theirs. Theirs.
Yeah.
Theirs is rehabilitation. Ours is punishment. You go to jail for years. They fucking put you in rehab for years there.
Yeah,
but that's
like sure,
smart,
it's still technically jail, but
they're doing it to make it so you're bettering yourself. So when you're done,
society.
you can potentially
You can
get
go
back
back.
out and be normal again.
instead of just sitting here rotting away
and going back to jail, fucking couple,
or just
months
continually
later or
staying
whatever.
in there from doing stuff.
That's what I mean.
There.
I definitely believe in rehab, unless you're like a murderer or a
child
rapist.
molester.
Yeah, that's
child-
different.
yeah.
That's different.
But
But, like,
misdemeanor
drugs-
crimes and drugs, like those can be rehabilitated. Like people that has
Yeah.
like chronic stealing, you can
Kleptomania.
Yeah, like that's
that can
not
all be taken care of with
Yeah.
therapy and rehab, man.
Well, happy Canada Day, everybody. Enjoy the fireworks tonight. Have fun.
Happy fucking Canada Day, everybody.
Yeah.
Smoke a joint for me.
Holy,
Smoke
this
them
guy.
if you got
100%.
them. Drink them when you need them. I don't know. Well, take care. Ciao.